Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's live. Oh, I don't even have my mic on. Oh, no, I do have my mic on. Can you guys hear me? Oh my gosh. Okay, I assume you can. I am so excited. There is so much going on. We have obviously the position decision quest taking place right now, and I will do it live with you guys a little bit later on in the AMA. And then we have the Blitz launching tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. UTC, which I think is midnight Philippines time. And yeah, oh my gosh, Luke is going to go through a bunch of other things, the Telegram game. We might have a little bit of a preview for you on that one. And yeah, if you have any questions, throw them in the YouTube live chat. Let's keep it farmer friendly. You can throw them in the live chat on Twitter also. And oh, that's what I was going to say. If you haven't figured it out yet, the live stream in-game, or I guess the energy party portion of our AMAs, is actually in the Bazaarn today, in what's behind me here, which the map has changed a lot since I took this screenshot. But I digress. Head over to the Bazaarn in-game if you want some energy. And with that, let's bring up Luke.
Hey guys, excited to do this AMA today. I'm excited to be here. Yeah, we have some cool updates. And then we also have some things that we want to show you guys. We have some things we want to discuss too. So we're finally in a better stage at Pixels where we're actually starting to solve some of the issues that we have with some of the game balance, all of that. It's going to lead to a bigger discussion. And I think next week is probably when we're going to start to really dive into what we're thinking there. Essentially, we have some changes that are pretty close to being ready for game balance. We're kind of going to frame it as chapter 2.1 or maybe chapter 2.5. But we're fixing a lot of the issues with coin inflation, with some weird game balance stuff. But it's also going to mean that it's a discussion with you guys and how we actually do it and pull it off and what the best way to do it is. Our concern is it might feel like a little bit of a nerf to some of you, but it's also some of the changes that we need to make. So we want you guys to be really involved in that process. We'll kind of talk to you guys about what we're thinking there. And yeah, we have an agenda for this AMA too. So I'll pull that up. Yeah, so in this AMA, what I wanted to go over was basically the weekly updates that we normally do. I want to kind of give you guys an overview of the state of the game. We want to go over some of the ecosystem initiatives that we're about to be taking. And then we also want to show you guys Barney's Bazaarn. That's going to be a super fun event. So we're going to explain to you guys what exactly is going on with that. We'll preview it and go through all of that too. So let's get into it. So sprint progress, we've been doing for the last couple of weeks is we've been showing you guys what exactly it is the team is working on, where the progress is with that. I think it's good for us to consistently do this. So I'm going to bring up the sprint progress again in the sprint dashboard that we have to show you guys what's in progress, the things that we're thinking about, the things that we're working on. So one good example of that is here, I'll just bring this up now, actually. We are working on a bunch of stuff in parallel. It's basically a lot of the same stuff we were working on last week, except now we're finally starting to make some progress on it. We're about to we're closing some stuff up, and now we're about to start to work on the next things that we've been talking about for a long time. So we've been working on more coin syncing features. We've been working on new reputation. We've been working on a Telegram game, Barney's Bazaarn. And then there's 3 or 4 things that we are basically wrapping up now. An XP and item rebalance, the rebalance of the task board, new reputation, and then closing some of the marketplace exploits that we've been seeing. One side update is we've actually made a pretty big ban on the bots yesterday. I think we banned 150,000 accounts that were mostly winemaking. And you're going to start to see some of the changes that we're making to game economy just yesterday with these new changes too. So if you notice, it's a little bit harder to get wine now. It's a little bit harder to get energy. It's going to be a little bit of a shock in the supply in the early stages, but what that's going to feel like to the players is the coins that you earn actually matter a bit more now, right? If they're not so easy to get, the work that you're putting into the task board should feel a bit better. We released some other stuff too. I think some of it went live. A redesign of the first-time user experience. We've been working on adding in more chase content. Then we have some of this other stuff going in progress too. Now, what you'll see is we're also going to start working on some new stuff. So we've been framing how we've been building Pixels in a couple of different stages, right? There is the short-term game balance that we had to fix. We actually have most of the patches ready for that now. And now there's more the medium-term stuff that we're about to start working on. So there's new game features and new game loops the team is about to start designing and working on. over the next couple of sprints. It's pretty exciting because now we're finally getting to move on to the next stuff. We're going to start to make the game feel a bit better, more interesting, more fun. And we're also going to start to wrap up some of these really big changes that we've been talking about to the game balance that's been frustrating some of you users pretty soon. So yeah, I think it might be easier to go back to the slides and show you guys what exactly we're thinking with that. And kind of dive into that before I get into like some of the Telegram stuff and the other fun stuff. So here, let me bring that up. So we have basically 4 things that we're thinking about releasing together. We have a new task board, we have a new recipe, we have a new reputation system, and then we think we want to launch some new features with this too. Now, this is the discussion I want to start this week and open up to all of the players because we want your feedback and we want to make sure that we do these changes right. These changes that we're making to task board, recipes, all the game balance is essentially a rewrite of chapter 2. We basically had to start almost from scratch and rethink how we do all the progression inside of the game, how we do the leveling, how you earn coins inside of the game, what the task board offers. It's finally going to feel like it makes sense when we have these changes out. What I can say is like we were taking a look at the previous task board. We wanted to just do some live updates. Like last week, we finally nerfed cooking tasks for a little bit because you guys were complaining about that for a while, right? The cooking tasks didn't feel like they made sense. Some tasks were worth a ton. Some tasks were not worth a lot. There was just like a lot of nonsense going on essentially. What we're about to start to introduce is changes that actually make sense. They're all balanced. The balance is like, mathematically in spreadsheets. We're really excited to get these changes out. It should make things feel a lot better. But there's also a bigger discussion that we're going to have because it's going to make the game feel a little harder for a little bit. So we need to make sure that we roll out these changes in a smart way so that it doesn't basically make you guys all pissed off at us, that it doesn't like make users churn, right? So there's a bigger discussion that we're probably going to have. And how we package these, how we ship these together is a little sensitive. And it's something I just kind of want to talk to you guys about. And we'll be in the Discord. We'll be in like a few other channels for you guys to get the feedback on this. But yeah, I think what we're leaning towards is we probably want to have a vote on how some of these changes are rolled out. Now, we don't know exactly how we're going to do this because being on Ronin, we might have wanted to do something like snapshot.org. We'll probably do it in game. But essentially, there's going to be some things that feel like nerfs in the game balance. So we probably want to balance it with some like things that also feel better to the users too. Essentially how this is going to work and what we're trying to achieve with all these changes is we want to make it so that it's harder for bots to earn coins. So that's why we're coming with new reputation changes too. We want to make it so that it feels good for beginner users, free-to-play users, VIPs, and landowners too. So we're basically trying to figure out how we get all of these different users to feel good about the updates and also like it makes sense, right? So there's big systemic changes coming to the way that basically the entire game balance works. And it's the first step to all the other things that we've been talking about. When we talked about the plan for like unrug landowners and doing all this stuff, there were stages, right? The first thing that we had to do was fix game economy, and most of these changes are about to go. Then after that, what we can do is we can actually start to focus on some of the other issues inside of game economy too. So one of the big issues inside of game economy right now is around the resource generation. And basically when we envisioned chapter 2, when we designed it, we thought it was going to be a lot harder to get all the industries, the tier 3s and the tier 4s that you guys have on your lands. We also thought it was going to be like a lot more scarce to get these resources. Initial design of chapter 2 completely failed in those areas. We'll take accountability for that. Now we have to figure out how we fix that. So one of the things we've been talking about is, how can we start to limit the amount of industries placed in the land so that we can actually start to reintroduce resource scarcity inside of the game. It sounds like a nerf at first, but the intention of what we want to do is we want to make it so that actually the resources that you earn inside of the game in the tier 3 and the tier 4 and on the land actually matter now. Right now, you can basically go out and buy a ton of the tier 3 and tier 4 resources for nothing, right? So if you're actually farming them, it doesn't even really make sense to farm them unless you're just trying to get up levels and XP. So we want to fix that. We want to make it so that all the resources that you actually earn, the choices matter, the things feel good about that. We had to do these first game economy fixes, but now we can start to focus on that side of things too. The intention behind all these changes that we want to be doing is we want to make it so that, one, it feels it's worth progressing. We want to make sure that it feels like it's worth leveling up. We want to make sure that VIPs feel like the stuff that they get, the energy, the bonuses are all worth it. And there's some changes that we're going to need to make. So we're going to be basically introducing these changes probably as a vote, or we want to do it somewhat democratically. This is going to kind of be the first time that we start to introduce some of the like more DAO-like features that we want to do. So DAOs, we have our own opinions on them. I don't think DAOs are good for everything, but actually a lot of games like MMOs or RuneScape or World of Warcraft, they'll put up key issues like this to a vote for the players. And I think it makes sense for you guys to be really involved in the process and how we do this. One idea that we had, and this is not confirmed, is we might actually go back to resource caps on lands, for example. So, in chapter 1, right, you could only place 4 industries on a land. We probably don't want to go with that extreme. But we might start to do something like, maybe only 20 industries on the land. This is all stuff that we want your guys' involvement in, but there are changes that we're going to need to make to actually fix the game the way that we want to get there. So I just want to put that in all your minds. I want you guys to get discussing about this. I want your guys' ideas, and we'll talk about this and probably go more in depth into this next week. But yeah, all these changes that you guys have been asking for, they're finally basically done and ready. Now we just need to package them and make sure that we have the right implementation for you guys to actually have it go out. So we have them ready. We don't want to rush this release for that reason, because it's going to be major game changes. Like, we're probably framing it as, like, again, chapter 2.5 or 2.1, like a really, really big change to game meta. It's something that needs to happen. I think everybody feels it. And yeah, give us some of your ideas for that. So yeah, in addition to that, some of the stuff that we're starting to work on in the next couple of sprints is new game loops too. So right now, Pixel still is kind of lacking some of the end game content. Basically, Pixel's end game, how it looks right now, is players level up and then they get to the end game and it's not so compelling. What we also need with all these changes, and we might probably piece them out. What we'll probably end up doing is release these game economy changes and upgrades, and then we'll start to work on these next game features. But we're thinking about what the medium term looks like. So we are introducing new things like rotating stores, more content inside of the game. Like, these live ops events are a good example. But we basically want a live ops event like this, going 24/7. Different things for you guys to do, different types of content. And we want more game systems that kind of feel like that too. So one of the next features that we're working on that we've been talking about a lot is this merchant ships feature. Essentially, it's going to be like missions that you can go and put larger amounts of resources into and get different types of rewards than you would in the task board. I think overall, how we feel about the task board is, as soon as we start to get more live ops events and these new features out, we actually want to shift a lot of the rewards of Pixel into these other mechanics. So yeah, you can start to expect more updates and sneak peeks on what that looks like, and it's pretty exciting. The other thing I wanted to go over quickly is kind of going into all the ecosystem stuff that we're doing. So yeah, on the agenda, right, like, we have a bunch of ecosystem initiatives that we want to be going over. We want to basically there's a couple of goals that we have at Pixels, right? I would say there's 3 main objectives. We want to increase the fun of the game that we have right now and the core games. That means we need to make updates to game economy. We have to make updates to like all the systems that we have inside of the game. We want to get better at token distributions. We want to make sure that real players and real dedicated users inside of the game and ecosystem are the ones that are getting more of the coins and more of the pixel. We've been putting a lot of work into the big data side of things. We've actually started making some breakthroughs. So we'll hopefully start to see some more segmentation and some better token distribution tech in the next little bit of time. And then the other thing that we're working on is ecosystem expansion too. So we really want to start to frame Pixels as more than just Pixels. And we want to start to build out an ecosystem of other experiences that all connect to Pixels. So how I kind of view the metaverse is, I view the metaverse as a bunch of different experiences that are all linked together on chain with a cohesive ecosystem. So one of the cool things that we're about to release, and this is going to be the first test of this, is a Telegram game. And I wanted to show you guys what that looks like. We just got handed this off literally today of what this Telegram game is going to look like. I don't want to say the release date yet, but it's basically done. There's a few tweaks that we want to be doing, and then we basically have to figure out the go to market, the growth strategy. We're working with a couple of partners to kind of grow the Telegram game. Our take on Telegram is we think it's an interesting ecosystem to do some experiments in. We want to see essentially if we make a new game and we incentivize some people to play it using the Pixel token, what does that cost for us to acquire new users? And do these new users come into our ecosystem? So the Telegram game looks pretty fun. We're pretty excited about it. I want to preview it just a little bit. So let me bring that up now. Yeah, this Telegram game is a hyper casual game. It's going to be called Pixels Tap Track. Essentially, it works inside of Telegram. It's going to be a Telegram bot. This is something that if we wanted to release it on mobile, like if we wanted to release on iOS or Android, we could also do that. It's the first little tiny experiment into this new game, a new ecosystem initiative. Now, I want to preface this saying this is not taking away core team resources. But yeah, essentially what we'll be doing on this Telegram game is it's a hyper casual game. You can just play it for like a minute at a time if you want to. There's a bunch of different levels. It's pretty fun. It can be multiplayer. You can go through different challenges, and then there will be a leaderboard with this Telegram game too. So we'll set out a little bit of rewards here. And if you can see, we're probably going to change some of the art. So it might be a bit more themed and on brand soon. Let's see if we can get to some of the gameplay. Yeah, essentially how it works is you're basically going to be playing as Barney, driving around this little track. You can die, you mess up a lot. It's just a fun little thing that we're doing. I think this is where the gameplay starts in this part of the demo. Yeah, here we go. So yeah, if you can see, it's Barney driving around this track. I think we're going to try to reskin it to be like a bit more farm themed. But yeah, it's just a little fun mini game. We're not trying to hype this up as like the next big thing. Like this might get us, I don't know, we'll see. Telegram, we're seeing games like this hit, hundreds of thousands to millions of DAU. There'll be pixel rewards inside of this one. If this is going well, what we'll also start to do is we'll also start to introduce pixel monetization into this. So essentially, this is really targeted at other users. If you guys want to play this, we're going to also like try to get you guys to go into this. There's a lot of possibilities here. So yeah, we're looking into that. And then that also takes us into the next stage of what we want to go over with ecosystem. So we're thinking a lot more about ecosystem and basically how can we 10x the Pixels ecosystem? How can we get people using the Pixel token more in different use cases? How can we get people to like support and build in the Pixels ecosystem? One thing that we're about to open up is we're going to start to do small Pixel developer grants. So we're really blessed inside of Pixels to have a developer ecosystem. We actually want to start supporting that more. We're going to start to set aside a small portion of our ecosystem budget for Pixel developers. So there's already a set of core developers inside of Pixels. We're going to start with them. We're also probably going to start different grants and initiatives for other people to be building inside the Pixels ecosystem as well. And another way that we might start to launch that off that we have been talking about is even maybe doing something small like a Pixels hackathon. So essentially having it run for about a week, setting aside some Pixel ecosystem prizes to see what people want to be making inside of Pixels, and basically giving out like prizes for the top submissions. So if that's something you're interested in, one, let us know, say something in the Discord. We'll give you guys more information on that soon, on what that might look like, how to run that, and then how to actually submit for a Pixels hackathon. But this is essentially an investment in the Pixels Foundation to start to see what other people can do on top of our ecosystem. And we've been talking a lot about what this looks like, how we actually enable this. I think for the first version of Pixels Hackathon, we essentially just want to see people create new experiences using the Pixel token. And we want to basically give visibility, some funding, and some resources towards that. So yeah, when it comes to the Pixels ecosystem, we're also probably going to start to work on expanding the core game through stuff like this too. So one thing that we've been trying to think about a lot is, we have to make these core game improvements. We have to get better at token distribution. We also want to 10x other areas of gameplay and also give you guys more experiences inside of Pixels game as well too. So we've been scoping out a lot of stuff. one thing that we've been talking about a lot is chapter 3 lately. So what's chapter 3 look like? What are we trying to build? And how do we get it done in a time to satisfy the very fast-paced needs of Web3? We're actually starting to work with other game studios to kind of augment the Pixels team as well and build out some new features inside the Pixels ecosystem. So one really clear and good example is we'll probably kick off something like a pets related app soon. We had talked about this earlier, and now it's finally starting to get kicked off. So, for example, a first pets based app, it might be something like a Tamagotchi for your pet. It's something we can pretty easily outsource with another studio, still have it Pixels branded, use Pixels assets, and use Pixel as a sync inside of these games as well. The other thing we've been talking about a lot for chapter 3 is dungeon crawler mechanics. We have that all specced out. The debate right now is, do we build it internally in-house, or do we go and hire another studio to be a partner with us and maybe even get some new mechanics that don't exist inside the current Pixels engine a bit quicker that way? So for example, if we wanted to do combat, or if we wanted to do like more PvE or PvP mechanics, like that would be a way to shortcut some of this. We're at a stage right now where the Pixels team, we're really good at building out growth tech. We're really good at building out token distribution tech, and we can actually start to bring in other partners to help accelerate some of the gameplay stuff too. I would say if we're looking at like the strengths and weaknesses of Pixels, we've done a really good job of building an amazing ecosystem, building a really dedicated user base, despite the fact that we didn't deliver in the ways that we wanted to on chapter 2. And despite the fact that gameplay could be a lot better than it is right now as well, we want to basically fix these issues. So, we have better talent in-house. We're also going to be working to accelerate it out of house as well too. And yeah, I think the plan for this is basically we want to get more of our assets on chain to enable this. We want to build more game loops inside of our game, with our team and with other teams. We want to launch more games. We want to open up our ecosystem more. So things like, sponsoring a hackathon, all these ecosystem initiatives. And then we're also focused a lot on chapter 3 now. So that's kind of the ecosystem update where we're at with all of that. And yeah, we should start to see some of the core metrics increase when we do this too. So it's exciting because now we're kind of at the turning point. The team's energized, the team's excited, the team's building as hard as ever. And yeah, it's a lot of fun stuff. So yeah, I think now, this is all a part of the plan and all a part of what we've been working on and talking about for the last month or two. We have our second live ops event out now too. And I think that's what a lot of you guys are waiting to hear about on this AMA. So we'll spend a lot of time going through that, and then we'll answer some questions after. So Heidi, if you want to take over, kind of walk everybody through Barney's Bazaarn, that would be sweet.
Let's do it. Okay, well, what I'm actually going to start with is Barney's decision quest. I literally cannot say that out loud. So I'm going to actually do this live with you guys in game, in production. So here we go, sharing my screen. All right. And Energy Party is in here if you haven't figured it out yet. So you can click on the balloons or those little signs down at the bottom if you like to live stream the AMA while you're in game. Also, I will note that you have to be, to get the energy, you have to be where the popcorn is flying. So like these people up here, you should be getting it, but I would say move down if you really want that energy. Okay, there's so many people in here. Let's go. Let's talk to Barney. Oh, thank heavens, friend, you came. Okay, so Mr. Barney has been welcomed to the world of Clamazon as a seller of orders and eggs and all of these fun things. So he thought he would only get 8 or 10 orders, but man, he got over 8,000 orders and he needs to ship them out ASAP. So he needs some help, and that's where we all come in. If someone orders something from me, I'll make darn sure they get it, or darn sure they get it. Look at this guy's reputation score. Oh my gosh. All right. So we're going to help out as a cog in this Clamazon backlog. All right. So we have to decide what position we would like to take with our employment contract. The Bazaarn legal department says you can only choose one and you can't change your mind. So let's check out the options and see what we would like to do. So behind this giant whale are the contracts. So I can only click on 2 because that's just how it goes. We have our picker packer. So I get 5 clams, which we'll show those in a bit too. And then like a smaller pixel multiplier, which I'll explain in a little bit. And then this awesome outfit. Then there is a middle one. Oh, I can still click on it. Awesome. So I get this little outfit and a little bit more of the other things. And then Bazaarn boss.
Yeah.
And you guys,
So
this is the one.
what exactly are these contracts? Can you maybe explain that? Like, what's a contract?
So contract is basically what you see here. So you're signing up for, this is the position you're going to take during the Bazaarn Blitz. And what that really means at its core is that you get this fun outfit. You get 20 Blitz clams, which you use in the Claim a Clam prize pumper, which I will demonstrate in a minute here. All contracts will give a small amount of reputation. It's really not a lot, and it's not really the point of the contract. So I know a lot of you guys have been asking about that. The amount is quite small because these are pretty inexpensive. It's more like an acknowledgement of like you were participating. And then a pixel multiplier on the rewards. So the rewards of the Blitz come in 2 different ways. And the one that this is talking about is the leaderboard. So on the leaderboard, the top 5,000 users will receive pixel rewards. And then let's say I get the first prize. I come number 1. I beat Grainbow, Grainbro. And then I will have a small multiplier on the amount of pixel rewards I get. Now, we haven't published those amounts yet, but that's how it works. So I get the highest multiplier on the red contract and then lower and lower. Okay.
Here, I think this is a good question. Does top 5K players mean that we outside of the ranking will get nothing after the event? No. So there are 2 tiers of rewards. So we have the gotcha mechanic that we have the clams about, right? And then we have a grand prize. Sorry, we have a grand prize gotcha, right? We have like the normal gotcha, and then we have like a leaderboard at the end. So there's actually multiple ways to win prizes.
Yeah, and I'll go through all of them right now. But just hang tight, pay attention. We'll go through the whole steps. So I'm going to obviously buy the top tier. So I'm going to go back, click on Barney, and now he is going to launch the shop. So we're going to go here. I'm going to purchase it. Amazing. So now I need to go and chat with Tina to make my position official. So I'm going to come over to Tina, click on Tina. Guys, stop trying to trade me. I'm not going to trade right now. Signed, sealed, and delivered. Awesome. So I got a new uniform. And I got 20 lucky spins on the Claim a Clam prize pumper. So fabulous. Okay, so that I could do this really quickly, I actually have one already. But what you've got to do now is take this uniform that I have in my inventory to your house, go into your wardrobe and put it in your wardrobe. Now, so that I didn't have to do all of that craziness, I have one set up already. So I'm going to change my avatar. Maybe I'll make it look like me a little bit more. I was just filming and trying to not always look like myself.
Do people have to wear these uniforms?
No, absolutely not. This is just for fun. I mean, I think you should because they're fun. But here we go. All right, now I look a little bit more like myself. So there you go. I've got my outfit on up here. So I'm taking the long way around because I wanted to show you my fun little outfit. But we're going to go over here to the Claim a Clam prize pumper. And I will tell you right now that our designer could not wait for me to say that on the AMA. So you're welcome. Okay, so I have 20 green Blitz clams. So these green clams, obviously I got from Tina. And then throughout the event, as I deliver boxes, I will also randomly get them from customers. The higher tier boxes that you deliver will drop more green clams. Okay, so we're going to click on the Claim a Clam machine and see what I get. So, I got an improved metalworking box, which is pretty awesome. So if I come over here, you can see I got that one right there. All right, let's go through these and see if I get, so what did I get? A shift slip. Oh wait, that's awesome. Okay, so this is the only way that you can actually win extra shifts during the Bazaarn Blitz is through this gotcha mechanic. So I get 3 shifts just by default. You get 3 shifts per day during the Bazaarn Blitz. They're 5 minutes each, which is a total of 15 minutes every 24 hours. Okay, let's keep going here. Ooh, okay, good. I'm getting all the examples right at the beginning. Amazing. So Barney D40. So if you guys know, this is a play on words, obviously, just like so many different things are, like clamazon, clams, because of clamazon. Get it? So Barney D40 speeds up the crafting process. So to make deliveries to your customers, you have to craft these boxes at all of those different stations that you can see here based on different skills. Now, they usually take, I think they take around 3 minutes to craft, but if you want them snappy right away, you got to get that D40. You can also purchase the D40 at Tina's shop, which I'll show in a second as well. So let's keep going because I want to show you. Okay, I've got another box, a couple more boxes. Oh, I better get one. Otherwise, like, oh, I got an Infiniportable. Okay, Infiniportables are pretty fun. If you guys don't know what these are, I got 10. Wait, we dropped 10 at a time? That's amazing. Okay, so Infiniportables, basically, they're one-time use Infiniportals that you can use from anywhere. So if I'm on a random land and I want to go to another random land, I just use the Infiniportable, which is awesome. Don't have to go back to the plot. Okay, I got a Pixels Astra flower, so that's pretty amazing. These are flowers that can only be planted by landowners on in their solariums. They're hard to get, okay? And there is one customer that will occasionally ask for them, so that's awesome to have. Okay, another box. Oh, I got an extra Blitz clam. I didn't know you get more. Oh, I got 3. Wait, that's amazing. Okay, I'll take those. So I'm surprised by these things because I got one. Wait, I got one. There's over 50 different prizes that the Claim a Clam prize pumper will give out. Over 50. So there's so many different options to win a bunch of different fun things. So this is the one that I really wanted to talk about. So this Golden Blitz clam is what you will use to enter for a chance to win some of the major grand prizes. And those are things like new Pixels pets. And I think they're going to be cows. That's a leak. I haven't actually asked permission to share that, but I'm pretending to be Luke today. I think it's going to be type cow, which is really, really cute. So I'm really excited on that. So Pixels Pets, we're going to be giving out NFT lands. There's this new custom storage box that kind of looks like a mini Barney's Bazaarn. There's a new skin for your wardrobe, guys. I'm so excited to show you that. It makes it, you're basically going to be able to like theme your house like the like a internal version of the Bazaarn, which is so funny. There's a new duvet cover. There's so many different things, and a lot of these, of these grand prizes. So, like I said, these Golden Blitz clams will give you the chance to win some of these. How that's going to work is actually after the event. So you can collect all of the Golden Blitz clams that you can get, and then you can hop over, or sorry, after the Bazaarn Blitz ends, we're going to have this other mini event where you're able to use them in the how is it pronounced? Barncade? Barnacade? There's too many of these like puns. It's a similar gotcha mechanic to the prize picker, prize pumper. So anyways, that's really fun. So that's basically the pre-quest, the pumper. Amir, please stop trying to trade me. Okay, let's go over to Tina's shop so you can see. We've got the D40 here. These are some other items that there's one customer that will ask for most of these items. So you can come in here and purchase some of them. I will remind you though that these seeds can only be planted by landowners. So be careful of that one. But yeah, you can buy some D40 on here if you want to speed up that process, that crafting process. So that is the quest. Should I just dive right into the Blitz itself?
Yeah. So we showed it last week, right? Now you kind of get to see the full picture too. And again, the intention of this event, so there's a couple of things that we're trying to do here, right? One, this is probably going to be a pretty big resource sink. So that's one of the things that we needed to do to start to like combat some of the item inflation, right? We needed new things for you guys to use the resources that you've been earning on, and this uses a lot of the resources that you've been earning, right? And you basically get to kind of exchange the resources that you've been earning for the chance to win pets, land, pixel, all of that. So it also kind of ties in with what we've been trying to do with chase content. So the prizes for this event, again, you'll get the grand prizes through those golden clams, right? They're called golden clams, right?
Sorry, yes.
At the
Golden
end of the event, basically you'll have collected all these golden clams, and then there'll be one more place that you can turn them in to earn the prizes. So you won't earn the actual grand prizes until the end of the event. There's a lot of new cool stuff that we're doing. We're doing a new pet type, and this has kind of been our approach that we're moving towards, right? We have been talking about a pet mint for a while. At first, what we were going to do was charge you pixel directly, but actually what we decided is this kind of stuff is going to be the only way that we're going to give you guys pets from now on. So you kind of have to earn them in the game, take a part of these events, and these pets are on chain too, which is sweet, right? So we're doing the cow pet for this event. I think we're going to be giving out like 200 to 300 of them roughly. We might adjust it. What we don't want to do is we want to do too many. We also don't want to do too little. If that feels like a good amount, let us know. Otherwise, what we're also going to be doing is we're going to be giving out pixel at the end of it too. We're going to be giving out some NFT lands and some other cool prizes that are like shoes and like other boosts and upgrades finally too. Some cosmetics as well. So yeah, why don't you go and show them what the boxes look like?
Yeah, I will. Some of the what was I gonna say? I just like blanked here. Just quick question here. Can you participate in the event without being a VIP? Absolutely. So I'm gonna hop over to our staging environment so I can show you the whole Blitz event again. We did it last week. I'll do it again right now, so that you can get a good grasp of what the event itself looks like, because it's going to launch tomorrow morning, at least my time. If you guys want your time zone, hop over to our Discord in all the announcements and whatnot. I just posted a big announcement about how to play the Bazaarn Blitz and the rewards and everything you need to know in the minor announcements. I meant to post it in announcements and I messed up. So go to the minor announcements and you can see all of the information in there. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yes, I get very excited about live ops events. I think they're so fun. So thank you. Okay, let's hop over to staging and we can go through this. Okay, wait, I don't have my outfit on. Do I have it set up in here? I don't even know if I have it set up. No. No. Wait, have I bought the contract yet? Am I able to
Here,
do it?
this is a good question. I'll just answer quickly. So the red contract says the biggest pixel multiplier. What does that mean? Do we get pixels or what? Please explain. So what this means is if you win, you get more pixel. So if you're in the leaderboard, if you rank, you're going to get more pixel for your reward, essentially. So you kind of have to decide, and this is maybe like depending on the contract that you buy, right? Like how confident are you in winning? Like, do you believe in yourself? Do you not? If you really believe in yourself that you're going to get the top 5,000, it probably makes sense to go and get the biggest contract, right? But if you're not sure, then maybe it doesn't. But either way, you get reputation for buying these contracts, right? And there's some other cool bonuses and boosts too. Heidi, do you need to buy a contract to participate in this event?
No, absolutely not. The contract is meant to be kind of like this fun bonus thing that you can do. So if you buy the contract, you get a very small amount of reputation points. Once again, I reiterate, it's not the whole point. It's more like a, you did it, good work. You're probably real. So that you get a multiplier on the rewards. If so, that's what a lot of people are asking me, like, well, is it worth it if I buy it? Like, am I going to get my value back? That's totally up to you. Like, how hard are you going to go in the blitz, because there is that multiplier portion, right? And the red obviously gives the biggest multiplier and the other one gives smaller. So just keep that in mind. And you also get a really fun outfit. So obviously these are limited time outfits available. So they're not going to be available again, at least for a very long time. I think we'll probably change. I don't know if we'll do the pre-quest again. I don't know. But anyways, they are limited time. So yeah, it's just basically like a bonus, like a fun extra thing. So you don't have to get the contract to participate in the Blitz event.
Yeah, and
Okay.
as Heidi's going and setting this up, how many pixels can we get by the leaderboard prize system? So what I'm going to say is we're going to try to match the total reward amount to the last event that we did. But note that there's other prizes that we're giving out besides just pixel too, right? Like we're giving out some land, some pets, all that too. So that's going to be counted into the whole total reward prize pool amount that we're considering. So yeah, that's kind of the intention, right? We want like a big prize pool. We also want to start to fill up prize pools with things that are not just Pixel 2. So basically, there's going to be this gotcha system where you can get some of these prizes and then a leaderboard too. And somebody made a good point, and I think they got it. Let me pull up this comment. So there's kind of like two goals that you have in this event, right? Like there's getting the points and there's also getting the clams. So you're kind of doing two things at once here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the points will get you on the leaderboard. The clams will get you in the gotcha.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, getting a gold clam is a little bit random, but obviously the more green clams you get, the more chances you have to win a gold, which means the more chances you have to win some of those major prizes. So that's kind of how it works. So anyways, this is our testing environment. I unfortunately can't make it work to get the outfit on me, but just pretend I'm in my cute little new outfit. Okay. So I actually don't have a ton of ingredients here, so it'll be kind of hard to, actually, I just sent myself a bunch of boxes so that I could.
Yeah, this is a very relevant question. Are we able to prepare all the boxes before clicking the start shift so that we can submit to the box right away?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's the point. So the shifts themselves are only open for 5 minutes 3 times per day, right? So here's my amount of, so basically I can click on them whenever I want within the 24 hours. So you can see daytime remaining. I have 20 hours left today to do my 3 shifts. If I don't do those 3 shifts, I lose them. So you can come in here whenever you want throughout the 24-hour period and do your 3 shifts. Each shift is 5 minutes. Okay. So these are my total points that I've earned in this internal environment so far. So what I would want to do is, without starting my shift yet, right? If I want to craft a bunch of new boxes, what I'll do is I'll come in here. We've changed it. If you saw last week, we've made some small. Oh my gosh, we've made some small updates, including all of the boxes start with the same base box. So I'm just gonna buy a bunch of them, and then I can come over. I don't think I have a lot of materials in this. Oh, there you go. I do. So I can craft a basic forestry box. So this one's going to be 4 minutes long. So if I wanted to speed this up with that D40, let me go and pick one up at Tina's shop. And is this set up in this environment? Oh, shop's here. Okay. Here we go.
Yeah, so
I'm going to buy a
just
few
to answer this question while you're doing this, I don't get the point of the contract now. Will people without the contract still have the same chances of winning? So the contract, this is actually like a very similar to a battle pass. Heidi, do you know if you can buy the contract after the event starts or no?
No, so there's going to be 2 hours of overlap. So in my time zone, at least, you can once again check on Discord for your time zone. The event starts tomorrow morning, so Thursday morning at 9 a.m. And the position decision quest, the contract, ends at 11. So there's 2 hours of overlap, and then that's it.
Yeah, and this might be something where next time we have it going during the event. We like the idea of it being limited this time. But yeah, this is kind of how Battle Passes work in a lot of free-to-play games, where you buy them and it increases your chances of rewards, or it gives you more rewards if you participate in the event. So that's kind of the intention behind it, right? So if you end up winning this event, you end up getting top 5,000 on the global leaderboard, you're going to get more pixel rewards for getting the contract. So probably worth it if you think you're going to be competitive in it, right? And then there's some other perks and boosts too.
Exactly. Okay. All right. So I want to speed this up. So I've got my D40. So I'm just going to click on that, and that makes it ready immediately, which is fantastic. And I just got some things through the gotcha because I do have those clamps from buying the the contract. So here we go. Okay, I can stop doing this though. It's like so addictive. All right, let's start my shift. Now I'm gonna preface this with I'm absolutely terrible at these kinds of games, so don't make fun of me. Be nice to me and let's try my best. Let's go. I always like to set up my my backpack so that it's quick and easy. I know what I have. Okay, let's get started. Start my shift. So if we come down here, I should start seeing. So this is the VIP table. So make sure that you're using the right colors of boxes or the right skills, the right industry, whatever you want to call it. Oh my gosh, give me 8 points. Damn. Okay. This one wants a stone shaping. So make sure you use the right color, because if you use the wrong color or give the wrong thing, you're going to get fewer points, or sorry, you're not going to get any points and you just lose the box. So like here, let me show you an example of that. So I'm just going to accidentally give the wrong box to them. This NPC is mad at me and I lose my box and I get nothing. So you really don't want that. So this guy wants some wallpaper. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to purchase some wallpaper from the store and then come down and deliver that. Now, I think the designers leaked this to me. I don't know how accurate it is. Oh, great. So it's not, it's broken in this environment. Okay, it'll work on production, I promise. But anyways, I believe that this NPC asking for those random items gives more points, I think. So there's a leak. There's a little leak for our AMA listeners, I believe. All right, so I'm ready to go. I've got so many boxes here. This is good. This is good. I don't know if I have business though. Shoot, that one was an Infiniportable. So I can go. Let's see if the Infiniportable works actually. I buy that one if that works. Here we go. Oh, no, did I buy it? I don't know if it worked.
Yes, the NPCs do go away if you don't fulfill the request.
Yeah, so this one, I just missed it, so they're going to get mad at me. There we go. Look, that one gave me 8. I think the high tier ones give you 4 points. I feel like it's a little different in this environment. But anyways, I digress. So Guy Fieri gives you fewer points than the rest, but he'll accept anything. So there's gives and takes. So anyways, basically how it's set up is that these 4 are our general NPC slots. Everyone will get these. This guy asks for those random materials, and then Guy Fieri will accept anything. So like I said, I think the designer said that this guy gives you more and this guy gives you less. You'll have to test it and let me know. This is the VIP section. So VIPs get 2 extra slots of NPCs. And then this is the landowner section. And I don't have a land on this environment, so I am not getting any, as you can see. So this is basically how it works. I'm running out of boxes here.
Is there any difference between prizes of VIPs and non-VIPs? The prizes are the same. What we wanted to do with this event, but this is a good idea. So maybe I'll take this to the team and suggest something like this next time, maybe too, is VIP gives you an advantage where you're probably going to earn more points. You're probably going to earn more gotcha tickets than people who don't have VIP. And we want to give you more chances, but we want to make it feel fair to the free-to-play too. But it's interesting maybe doing a VIP prize pool too. Maybe that's something we'll bring into the next event. Same thing with like maybe land. And then somebody asked this question too. What happens if somebody doesn't get to the top 5,000? Is the contract bought wasted? So you still get the other benefits of buying the contract if you don't make the top 5,000. But I will say this is kind of some of the game mechanics that we want to start introducing a little bit more coming forward too. Like we kind of want more elements of risk inside of the game when it comes to events and all of this too. Like there's got to be winners and losers sometimes, right? So you know, the contract here is kind of a bet on yourself. Do you think you're going to do well in the event or not? But also it's kind of where we're going to start experimenting with more stuff. And the other thing too is you'll see that sometimes there's like pixel oriented things to put into the baskets. You don't have to do those if you don't want to, but you'll maybe get more points and more chances at gotcha, more chances on the leaderboard if you do it. So it's optional. You don't have to do it. I feel like a lot of people won't, but it's available for some people to do them, right? So it's just a fun little add-on.
Yeah, so it's really up to you guys how you want to participate. So yeah, you can see all these points I've been getting. And my timer's almost up and I'm like almost out of boxes. So pretty good timing for me. Here we go. I don't even know if I have other ones. So anyways, that's that. And then we have the leaderboard, which you'll be able to click on. It's somewhere. It's somewhere, but what I really wanted to show you is that if you are a VIP, you have access to the marketplace straight from the Bazaarn, which is incredible because, as you guys know, there's nowhere else outside of Bucks where you can access the marketplace. Well, actually, I guess you could also in the decor store. So this is now the third place that you can access the marketplace. So this is so handy because let's say you're just missing one item as you're crafting all your boxes, you can come in here and buy them. Boxes, however, are not tradable though. So you will have to work on those yourself. But yeah, that's basically the Blitz, the Bazaarn Blitz. Good luck to everyone. I'm so excited to see how you guys play this and also just our learnings, right? Every time we're releasing these new live ops events or gameplay or mechanics or whatnot, we're constantly hearing your feedback and learning for how we can improve it for next time. So please keep sending us all your ideas and feedback on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think this is a good question because this is a good point that we're going to be trying to make too. So, as we're trying to build out a sustainable ecosystem, right? Like our goal transparently to all of you is we want more pixels spent in the event than what we give out, right? That's kind of what we're trying to do to actually build out a sustainable Web3 ecosystem. So not everybody might come out ahead if you're spending pixel inside of the game in an event, but some people will, right? This is going to be more of the mechanics that we start to introduce inside of the game. The more skill-based it is, the better, right? The more that it's in your hands, the better it's going to feel. This is kind of one of our second goes at it. We did this in Guild Wars too, right? And this is our next attempt. So we're going to keep doing events like this. They're optional, right? Like you don't have to do them if you don't want. But there are some cool prizes. There's some compelling stuff. And some of you might come out ahead, some of you might not, right?
Okay, and this is a good question. So will we see other players or will they be hidden? So two different things there. Yes, you will see other players. However, you can go to a land that or a world that's empty. So you can do this in any world. So if you just want to be alone, just go to another world. There's also a fun feature where it's 30 seconds alone, where I'm alone for 30 seconds. So I can't see anyone else. As you can see, suddenly it's empty. So I know you'll have to click that a few times if you're in a busy world and you want to keep using it. But I would just recommend going to an empty world if you want to be relatively alone during this event.
Yeah, there is that 30-second alone feature, right? You showed them that?
Yeah, I just showed. Are you
Nice.
listening? I just showed them it.
I'm looking at questions. We're answering. How do you get the golden clams outside of the contract? I see Heidi only getting points.
So clams will drop. That was just an internal staging environment. So it's set up. Don't worry.
Can you disclose the total prize pool for the event? How much picks or percent per rank and leaderboards? So yeah, once the event runs, I think that's when we'll start to show the pixel amount in the prize pool for the leaderboard, which I guess is tomorrow. So the event starts again at 9 a.m. PST tomorrow on Thursday, which is midnight in the Philippines time. I'm so sorry. And then, yeah, I think we'll start to share the prizes when it comes to the actual amount soon too. Again, there's gonna be like 200, 300 pets, most likely the cow pet type, the only time that we'll do the cow pet type. Anytime we do an event like this, we love the idea of exclusive pet traits, exclusive like types of content. That's a lot of the ideas we've had around the chase content. Like that's what's cool about Web3, scarcity, limited items, limited resources, and events are the best way to distribute that, right? It's kind of like a mini play to airdrop or a mini play to mint in a way. It's okay. We don't sleep here in the Philippines. Yeah, it's true. You guys are kind of crazy.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, just going back to the clams not dropping for me. Also, you don't get a clam every single time. Like it is a random amount. So and smaller. The contracts definitely provide a buff of clams. I will say that.
Oh, they provide a buff of clams.
No, okay, no, wait, don't misconstrue my words. So you get like I just purchased 20 clams, but during a shift, I might get like 1 to 5 or something like that. So it's not like getting access to 20 to start is a buff. That's what I meant.
Nice, nice. If you don't buy a contract, can I still participate? Yes, you can still participate.
Okay.
Oh, how do I know if they're asking for tier 1 to tier 4 boxes?
So you can provide any tier. It doesn't matter which tier as long as it's the right skill. You want to provide tier 4 or tier 3 or the higher ones because you get more points depending on how many. I believe I have to double check. I believe it's like tier 1 you get 1 point, tier 2 you get 2, 3, 4. Let me just double check. But like I said, I think that one customer that asks for those random items on the left side gives like 8 points, which is kind of crazy. And then Guy Fieri, you can give any of anything, but he doesn't give you much back.
And then will there be pixel in the taskbar during this event? So this event, like it will probably make it so that there's more pixels spent, right? So the more events that we do like this and the more that we get this better at pixel burn and like the game in general too, the more pixel we can put back into the task board, right? So right now, again, the split is an 80-20 split where 80% of the tokens that are spent inside of the game go to a community treasury, 20% go back into ecosystem rewards as prize pools, as like task board rewards, all this kind of stuff. So as we start to increase spend inside of the game, it also circulates back to user acquisition, right? So this actually should have no effect on the task board. It actually shouldn't be taking any net from the ecosystem rewards, which is cool, right?
Okay. Let's see. I think we've answered most of these questions.
Consider this event for bot detection system. Someone who participates in all events is definitely not a bot. Yeah, so we're reworking the reputation system. You're going to see some changes coming soon. So there's going to be some cool new things that we add to reputation that are just common sense that we haven't had before. Like, for example, if you've deposited Pixel into your account, probably less likely to be a bot. We'll give you reputation for that kind of stuff. We're going to be looking at your NFT portfolios, how long you've held those NFTs. So even if you have an NFT that Pixels didn't release, like if you have like a Lazy Lion, or if you have like a Dunes, we're going to start giving reputation for different things like that. We'll give you more reputation based on the amount the NFT is worth too. There will be some cool stuff there. We'll start to introduce more reputation for the stuff that you do in game quest. There's new quests coming too. So if you saw in Terra Villa now, there's new NPCs. We have a bunch of new quests coming. We wanted to make sure that the tutorial felt better. So reputation is getting a whole overhaul. And yeah, this kind of stuff is definitely a really good tell of it too, especially if you use Pixel inside an event. That's a very good tell that you're not a bot. If you bought things like a contract, that's a really good tell that you're not a bot.
Okay. And this is a good question. If someone rents a land, can they use a landowner's table? I believe so, because we just need to see on chain that you own a land. There's usually a delay on, I think there's like is it 24-hour delay on getting tasks? I think it should work. Let me
It's 24. It might be up to 7 days sometimes.
Yeah. But is it 7 days for the task board? I don't know if it's 7 days for an event like this.
I think it's 24. Yeah.
24 hours. Let me ping the team and just double check, because this is a good question.
We have a lot of introverts playing the game. A lot of people want 30 seconds loan to be a more consistent feature. Feedback taken. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if I think we want to keep it at 30 seconds for general, but maybe we can try to do like a 5-minute one for the event. I don't know. We'll see. No promise.
Yeah. So for the contract, I still think it's worth it for the other things that you get, especially the clams that you get from having the contract. You get a lot more gotcha goes. There were some people that got a bunch of golden clams just from getting the contract, right? So you'll get some gotcha entries for it. A couple random questions. How many points per box? It depends on the tier. It's like a little bit random too.
No, I
Uh,
think it's one. No, I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me hold on. Let me pull up my documentation.
Wines are too costly. Please do something. So again, this is because we just did a huge bot wave ban. We banned most of the bot wine producers. So this is actually more how real game economy should be working. It shouldn't be easy to get the wine and energy. You can't buy them from bots right now. And as we start to introduce new changes to the reputation, some of the segmentation stuff that we want to do with all the data science, the game economy is going to be a bit more real. So that means if you're actually making wine as a real user, it's going to be more profitable, right? Like it's going to be more worth your time to do it. Leveling up will matter more. It won't be as easy for like bot accounts to level up. These are the changes that we need to make for the economy to make it all work and feel good. But yeah, it's like a part of a side effect, right? Gets a little bit harder in some circumstances, but the things that you do matter more now too.
So here are the amounts. So 1, 2, 4, 8. And then I think that one guy gives 8, and then Guy Fieri gives low. But anyways, that's that. Okay, are tier 4 higher chances to drop clams? Yes, the higher the tier of the box, the higher the chance of getting a clam. Can someone steal my customer? No, they can't.
That's interesting though. Maybe next time. Okay, let's answer a few more questions. Yeah, how long is the event for?
Oh, sorry. I was just answering another question. So it starts, I think it's 5 days. It starts Thursday and ends Tuesday morning. So once again, go and look on Discord for your time zone so you can know exactly when. In the minor announcements, I just posted a whole thing about the event.
And when can you use the golden clams? After the event is over is when we're going to open up the golden clam mechanic, when you can actually use them and start to get the grand prizes.
Yes.
Okay. Also, there may be some confusion on cow. So the cow is going to be a new pet type. It's not going to be the cow that you get the milk from.
Yes. Different.
So it's going to be a cow that follows you around in game.
Why is Ed green? I honestly don't know. Do you know why Ed is green? One of the NPCs in Terravilla? I mean, if I don't know, you don't know. Let's. I have no idea. Okay. Okay, since we're almost wrapping up here, I did ping the team to see about that landowner question. No one's replied to me yet, so I will let you guys know. I'll just kind of share the word on Discord, I think. I did say I was going to give away VIP during this, so should we do that now?
Yeah. Also, I think this is a funny comment because this is what we deal with, guys. And these are your requests. He's talking to the players to take down the bots. Now, most of the bots have been banned, and you guys are complaining about the market price of energy increasing. There's no winning sometimes. But yeah, we get it. It's a funny thing, right? All of these different things that we do are really interconnected. So things like, banning bots or changing reputation has like really big economy changes, right? And then that changes the way that you do the task board and all that. That's why it's taken us a little bit of time to get these bigger game balance changes out, because all of them interact with each other in like very complex ways. But what we want is basically we want the game to feel more fair. We want new players to feel like they have a chance, and we want new players to come into the game and progress. We want old players like VIPs and landowners to feel like the game is good and balanced. There's so many people that we have to make all of these decisions around. So again, that's why we're making these changes. We have them mostly ready. We want to involve all of you guys in how we roll them out and how we actually update them next. So because these changes, like, making it, banning these bots made energy more expensive, right? There's down order effects. We want you guys involved with how we actually roll out all of these economy changes, because it's going to feel a little bit different because of that. Like the way that you guys play the game is going to change a lot when all of this rolls out. There's going to be some getting used to it, but there's also some feedback and input that we want too, because there's different trade-offs that we can make. Like, for example, if we make it harder to get resources on land, maybe that means that we buff the surplus a little bit, or maybe we make some other changes to land, right? Maybe if we make it harder to get energy for VIPs, that means that we have to make it so that we buff their energy a little bit more. Like there's different trade-offs that we might be able to make and involve you in. And we kind of want to start a conversation with all of you guys and maybe even put it up to a vote soon.
Okay. Okay, no, this just made me burst out laughing. This was like 5 minutes into the AMA, but I pinned it. Thank God he fixed his eyes for the AMA too. The memes you guys have been making, like next level. Honestly, they're
Yeah.
hilarious.
Also, we're
Shout
getting a
out,
lot of asks for Oh yeah, the memes, they're funny.
shout out to Meme Lord because you keep asking for a role and I won't give it to you, but here's your shout out, okay? And that's made me laugh too. Luke, always excited. Why can't you say you're fed up for once? We're not fed up, or like we're always here. We love being here. Things can be hard. Things get
yeah.
hard,
No, I
but
would say
worth
if you're asking like how we're doing and how we're feeling about stuff, I would say a month ago is when it felt tougher because that was when we had to kind of decide, oh man, all this stuff is not looking good. Like we're like making some changes. There's a little bit of a buffer between when we feel good and when you guys will feel good, right? Because we know that we're making progress finally. Like we have a lot of the stuff ready. And now we can see the progress because we're the ones building it, we're the ones like testing it out. So I'm excited now because we're finally about to get this stuff out to all of you. Like last month when it's like, oh man, I know it's going to take a while. Sentiment starting to shift a little bit. It wasn't the easiest thing, but that's also the job that we do. Like for example, we were talking to some other people in the ecosystem the other day. People were asking us like, how do you guys feel about how things are going? Are you, do you need like more support, all this kind of stuff? What I answer always is like, one, I think accountability is really important. There are issues inside of the game right now that are our fault, and different metrics that have decreased month by month for the last month or so that are our fault. So it's also our responsibility to go and improve things and make them better. If we were blaming other people or market conditions or all of this stuff for the state of the game right now, that's kind of, I don't know, that's not going to fix anything, right? It's our responsibility to make things better, to improve the game, and everything still feels like it's in our hands. And working with you guys has been amazing. And there's a lot of stuff that we need to do still, but it's our responsibility to go and fix it, make it better too. So we're motivated, we're ready to do it. We're finally getting out some of these changes. My mood is a lot better because of that. I think the whole team feels that way too. Now that we're finally seeing some stuff get out, some of these changes actually come out. So yeah, we appreciate all of you guys for kind of sticking with us. We know that there are some frustrations inside of the community with like how chapter 2 is gone. It's our responsibility to go out and fix them and prove to you guys that we will. So the next month or two, we're excited to get this stuff out with all of you.
Okay. Let's answer a couple more questions just because I honestly need to quickly check something.
Lots of asks for the alone stuff. Yeah, so the cow pet will be a capsule. You'll still be able to boost the stats from potions. We'll get back to what the baseline stats should be. What do you guys think? Since this is going to be like 200 to 300 pets, what do you guys think the baseline stats should be? Should they be about the same as dogs? Should they be about the same as dinos because there's less of them? I think they should probably be closer to dinos because there's only 200 to 300. Let us know what you guys think the baseline stats should be.
All right. And surprise, crafting of boxes is now open in production. So you can go and craft as many boxes as you want before the game starts tomorrow. So if you want a little head start, go right ahead. It's open, which is really exciting. Really exciting. Actually, maybe I should share my screen to show that. They're open for you visual learners. Here we go. They're open. So you can craft. Obviously, I literally don't have anything. This is that animal care. I have barely anything in my inventory. So I'm probably not going to be able to do much. Basic metalworking kit. Or no, wait, metalworking box. Empty. Does it? Okay. It shouldn't say the metalworking box. Let me double check that. Here we go. What do I need to buy? Okay, that one needs to be updated. That one needs to be updated. I will let the team know. Exciting. Brick. Did I do that one? I need one. Wait, was it just, how many was it? Wait, I didn't look. Was it 10 or 1? Am I crazy? It's 2. Okay, 2 and then clam powder. Clam brick, clam powder. Ooh, automatic buy. Okay, I just want 1. Buy me 1. Perfect. Okay, and then I need clam powder. Once again, I don't remember how many it was. Let's see if it's 2. I'm going too fast. Thanks, I'm a bot. There we go. Was it 2
Someone's
though?
suggesting that we let people milk the cow pets. I don't know if we can do that. No? Okay, that's a no. It's an interesting idea.
Open. So that's really exciting. Crafting's open. You guys can start. And yeah, metalworking. I will just, you know what? I'm going to tell the team right now.
Yeah, the biggest difference between the box tiers is points.
Yeah.
Ooh, good question. Will you live stream when the event starts, Heidi?
I was thinking about it. Should we live stream tomorrow? It could be kind of fun. You guys can watch me.
Fun when we did it last time. Yeah.
Because I'm just not confident.
That chapter 2 live stream we did, say what you want about chapter 2, but that live stream we did was really fun with everybody.
That was amazing. I live streamed, what was it, for 4 hours, I think. I think I had like 11,000 people watching at one point. I say I because Tyler, my God, Luke hopped out for like an hour and a half. But we live streamed and it was crazy. Oh, okay. I also pinned this comment because congratulations. I'm so happy for you. I really would love a PSL, but I already had a coffee today. And if I have 2, I'll blow up. But maybe tomorrow, my black sheep, tomorrow I will get a PSL in your honor. Exciting times.
Oh yeah, good point. Somebody's making about the Genesis dinos. Should not be close to Genesis dinos because dinos are the Genesis. So probably somewhere between dogs and dinos is what we're thinking. Maybe around the same stats as dogs.
Okay, I am going to choose a winner of VIP. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so just so you guys know how I do this, it's extremely unofficial. I have this mouse and I go like this on the scrolly thing on the chat, which includes Twitter and YouTube chat. So we see both of them. And then I stop it and I click. So I'm doing it right now. Are you ready? Okay, are you ready? Oh my gosh. Okay, congratulations. Love that.
This time it's a nice comment that wins it.
So I'm so happy. And this user is actually wonderful. So I'm happy that you won. So congratulations. Ping me on Discord. I'm excited. Awesome. Okay. We are 15 minutes over time. Is there anything else that you wanted to mention?
No, I think that's everything. So yeah, no, appreciate the patience with everybody here. I hope people feel like we're on the right trajectory and we're making progress in the right ways, right? It's hard to build a Web3 game, especially when it's alive. It's a lot different in the play the airdrop stage or pre-token than it is post-token as well. Say, when you actually have a token that's out and live, that's when the real meat of Web3 gaming starts and all the hard problems really start to set in. Things like real user identification, token distribution, and monetization, live ops, all of this kind of stuff is where it gets quite difficult. But this is the kind of stuff that we're most excited to solve and work on. There's still a lot of work to do, right? Web3 gaming it's getting there. It's a lot more mature than it was 2 years ago, right? It's a lot different than like the first generation of it, but there's still a lot of work to do to actually pull off Web3 gaming. I wouldn't say that people have figured it out or solved it yet, but we're making step-by-step progress there, right? So thanks for being here with us. We really appreciate everybody who's been building with us, who is like a loyal supporter and fan. It's been awesome building with all of you. It's a pleasure. And yeah, thanks so much, everybody.
Everything Luke just said. We'll see you tomorrow at the Blitz. Bye, guys.